Hello, welcome to Wen Building, where we bring insights out of Web3 builders. This podcast is made possible by our sponsor Untitled Labs. Untitled Labs is a Web3 developer community dedicated to push the boundaries of crypto space by supporting the innovation and success of open source projects. Hello, welcome back to Wen Building Podcast. This is an episode about Oracle, but forget about those traditional oracles used in blockchain, because we have Hyper Oracle here to present to us what are the new trends for Oracle space. So in Hyper Oracle, they defined a network called zkOracle network. What's zkOracle and why is it better than other traditional oracles such as Chainlink, the graph, etc. So in this episode, we will explore this landscape with Kartin from Hyper Oracle. Welcome, Kartin. And can you tell us some of your personal background, like your crypto experiences and what you are doing right now?
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm Kartin. I'm the co-founder of Hyper Oracle, and actually, I started my my experience on crypto industry quite long ago. When I was in high school back to 2011, I was doing the Bitcoin mining with my computer science teacher, and but obviously we were too dumb that we thought this is not a real thing, and we missed out the opportunity in our life, and we just sell the Bitcoin mining script, and our client got really rich. And so later on, I go to United States and study astronomy and physics, and then go to Google after I graduate. And when I work in Google, I was wondering what's happening in crypto space now. And so I just do some investigation, and I find out, wow, crypto space completely different with what the space was look like. And so I begin to want to do something here. So I begin to check out all the solutions for layer 1 and layer 2, and then and also check out the solution for all the Oracle provider like Chainlink and the Graph, API store, API free, Redstone, and etc. And I found out I actually can do a meaningful contribution here, because a lot of crypto hack happened because of the Oracle problem. And the essential reason why Oracle is still a problem for blockchain is because right now all the Oracle are designed by voting mechanism. It's like staking and voting mechanism. And so it's not about the fact of the proving or verification. It's about the participant is voting for a fact for the smart contract. So which means if the voter are corrupt, or or the voter's computer got hacked, and it's not working out. And that's why the DeFi security is always a big problem when you go to Oracle. And so I begin to realize that I can use the zero knowledge proof technology. It's getting more sophisticated nowadays, thanks to every contributor in the history that want to make this amazing tech to be more sophisticated. And then I realized that we can use zkP to do Oracle today at this moment. And so I decided to quit my job and then start a new kind of a project called Hyper Oracle to use zero knowledge proof to do the Oracle.
Okay, thanks your introduction. So wow, this is a very legendary experiences of yours, because actually I just talked with some of my guesses before. I think more of those guesses start with Bitcoin mining or Ethereum mining.
The whole thing is that my computer science teacher in high school was my computer teacher. Actually, it's not computer science, because it's not really a science.
Okay.
And so bring me a magazine that was saying that there's an American programmer sell something called Bitcoin to trade a pizza, and he probably sell they got 5 pizza or something like that. And then and then it's about like 100 and some $150, something like that. And it will be equal to like 1,000 Chinese yuan, right? So I grew up in China, so like in the high school, as a high school kid in China, 1,000 Chinese yuan was a lot of the money. And I was like, damn, this is like my opportunity to get my like money. And then so I began to do research with him to see how we can get this like something called Bitcoin out from nothing. And I think it's a really good business at the beginning. And to like make the script and like let people who, because I used to don't really think this is the real money. And I made a mistake just like everybody. And so I made a script. I sell it to people to mine the Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's great because I think always incentive is the best teacher for us. So
Yeah.
you talk about the what's your like how do you get into the zone for zkOracle the space? So firstly, what are the oracles in general? Because for those who like don't really know or read much about Oracle, we just like hear from some of the big companies like Chainlink or the Graph. So what are ZK Oracle that your team defined? Just help us to like get this clearly for the audience. Yeah.
Yeah, so zkOracle. So let's define what's Oracle first. Oracle for us is like basically like the enhancement for the smart contract through some sort of like off-chain mechanism. And zkOracle is basically it's like a new paradigm for doing the Oracle that we no longer rely on voting and staking. And instead of voting for a fact that happened in the real world or happen in the internet or happen in a blockchain even, we right now we do a zero knowledge proof on the fact to do a self-verification on the smart contract, so that the smart contract can have more data source, so it can so if you don't have Oracle, the smart contract can only do really simple thing in a blockchain because they can only sense the data on current block, not even historical block. So they will need more data input for the smart contract, right? So you will need Oracle to do that, like even for on-chain historical data. And the definition for zkOracle is basically you will use zkP to do it instead of like staking and voting. And so make it more reliable, more decentralized, and even faster, safer, and cheaper. And we also want to use Oracle to enhance the computation ability for a smart contract, because we all know that smart contract is like really expensive to use because the gas fee, right? So we need to try to put as much as computation in a not in a smart contract as much as possible. But we also really want is like end-to-end trustless for the computation and data processing. So which means we gotta make the whole process become a self-provable. So what zkOracle does is like provide this kind of end-to-end trustless setup for the smart contract, so that smart contract can have like more data source, like on-chain historical data, internet data, and also have stronger computation ability for the smart contract, so it can perform more stuff computation to process this kind of data. And and zkOracle will provide a really safe, decentralized mechanism to do it.
Yeah. So regarding what you are saying, when we are consider providing some solutions for developers, we must like do some research to know what they need the most for like build the most killer app. So, and what does Hyper Oracle provide to unleash this like kind of imaginary space for those apps?
Yeah, it's true. Like so, zkOracle can provide more computation and more data for the smart contract, right? So which means like we can do something that was impossible before zkOracle exists. So right now we see many new applications in DeFi and NFT coming out that's like super innovative. Let's say for example, the zkAMM. zkAMM is like idea from our community contributor developer Keegan. He basically like have told me that he once we have zkOracle, we can make a really complicated market making strategy to resolve a huge problem in DeFi protocol today. Like we cannot really like have a proactive market making strategy for all the dapps. And all the dapps market making strategy is like S times Y equal to K. And it basically means like every trader on the DEX is paying out the alpha for the arbitrage trader. So it's not healthy, and the LP is not making money. So if we can have like some sort of like more complicated market making strategy that can provide to the smart contract, then it will become more efficient, and more people will use DEX, and we can make the decentralized world even bigger, make it more scalable with zkOracle. And also something was impossible is like fully on-chain derivative in DeFi. Because for fully on-chain derivative, you need to monitor the whole blockchain world. So you will need to monitor all the status for different smart contract, including historical block. So which means like if you want to put it fully on-chain right now with a smart contract without zkOracle, it's pretty much impossible. The gas fee would be too much to connect with every smart contract to check their status. But with zkOracle, you can concentrate all the status for this certain derivative, and then generate the proof for that through a zkOracle. And then the smart contract will now can have this information decentralizedly, safely, and then it can execute the clearance and execute like whatever the smart contract needs to do. And this is the second example for what zkOracle can provide to the DeFi space. And also like AI NFT will be like also really important space for using zkOracle in the crypto world. AI NFT basically enable like the AI model to create the NFT once there's a demand, instead of using random number and that's use like a simple feature for the NFT. Now we can have like kind of complicated and good looking NFT now.
Yeah, so of all of this you provide with us, so is it all about like the general mindset of this is about the data, or is it fair to say that a dapp should be data driven to be good enough? How do you
I
think
think
about
we need
this?
to be creative, right? Like sometimes when people go to too data driven, they're not that creative. And so the opportunity here is more like, so we know iPhone, right? Nokia and iPhone story is so typical that we can always use it to find out what's the essential problem here. So the essential why iPhone can have a touching screen is because the CPU for cell phone have like been increased for strong enough to do it. But Nokia obviously they didn't do it, and but Apple see the opportunity. It follows certain kind of a dig down philosophy that you have like a stronger computation ability for certain devices, and then the screen can be bigger, and then more application can be possible. And so that like Apple sees this opportunity and then become really successful, have a really successful product to come out to the market that is like utilize the stronger computation ability for the self hand holding devices, so that like you can use your phone to like take a picture and record video and edit it in your phone, and also publish it through a social media like Instagram. And it create a new kind of like technology vibe in the industry. And we want the same thing happen in crypto too. And like smart contract without a zkOracle is more like a Nokia phone, like they haven't utilized fully for the computation ability. But a new DeFi 3.0 project that we normally call like new kind of DF 3.0 probably, and they will utilize the zkOracle to perform more kind of computation and data source in their smart contract, so they can do more things for people. That I think is the key toward to the massive adoption for crypto, because right now we can pretty much only use crypto to do simple stuff like trading, like basically just trading. And but if we want to we use crypto to do more things, we gotta unlock more computation ability and more data source for the smart contract. And yeah, basically that's my comment on the data driven thing.
Yeah, you mentioned about smart contract. Like I just think it as a give a soul to blockchain, right? So going forward to explore how does zkOracle work, like we may need to understand the components of zkOracle. I think the smart contract you mentioned about is also a very critical component of your zkOracle network. But in your Hyper Oracle, you also defined components for this. I think is zkGraph, right? So what are zkGraphs? Are there
Oh,
some standard for this? Yeah.
yeah, zkGraph is a new standard to program a Oracle. Before Hyper Oracle, basically none of the Oracle in the space are programmable because you want a custom program and running Oracle, and Oracle is like another people's computer, right? So if you write a program that's hostile or kidnapping the computer, like something like that, if you ruin the mechanism. So traditional Oracle, if you want to have some services, let's say you have like a new function want to support in Oracle for your dapp. What you need to do, you need to call Chainlink. You need to call like the Oracle provider to let them modify their Oracle image to support the function you need for your dapp. But it's not programmable. It's not, at least not permissionlessly programmable. And with Hyper Oracle, you can permissionlessly program the Oracle with the way you like, any way you like. And the zkGraph is the program for the zkOracle. So every time some developer want to use zkOracle for their dapp, they need to, it's not they need to, they just can like write the program in the zkGraph. And actually writing program in zkGraph is super simple. It doesn't require you to know anything about zero knowledge proof because we have like a sophisticated zkVM, which is fully optimized and have really strong performance. So and really safe. And then they can basically just write their logic they need for their dapp in the zkGraph. No need for knowing anything about zero knowledge proof. And then they can submit the zkGraph as an NFT to the blockchain. And then all the zkOracle operator, they will download the zkGraph in their computer and then run the zkGraph for the user and then submit the result with the proof into the verifier that provided by the user. And then so provided by that certain developer. And then so this whole dapp is online now. So it's like no need to ask Hyper Oracle team, no need to ask any of us to deploy it. It's like fully permissionless, fully decentralized. So it make it become programmable. So and zkGraph is that program.
Yeah, you said about no need to understand any of the zero knowledge proof. So what are the like running environments and the language they are using for?
Yeah, the zkGraph use like assembly script. We are the first team in the world that made assembly script become a provable language. And I also need to give a credit to eStorage team. They basically is the first team that enable Go language to be provable. And so in zkGraph, we use like assembly script. And assembly script, probably most developer haven't heard about it, but essentially it's like a JavaScript syntax and then compile the JavaScript into a Vison binary. So because we use zkVison as the proving sixth engine for the zkOracle, so everything in the zkGraph will compile into Vison binary and put down into the zkVison and then generate the proof for the execution trace, and then we submit the proof with the result into the smart contract together.
Can you give us some like instance for the zkGraph? Like there are some standards for it, and also developers can like customize for their own zkGraph, right?
Yeah, exactly. They can program it any way they like.
Oh yes. So so take a zkAutomation as an example. What kind of dapp is it catering for? Like where can it use for
Yeah,
this
zkAutomation can be used a lot
zkGraph?
of stuff. And let's
Mm.
say I want a Telegram bot that can trade for me when certain condition happen. And for example, and recently, there's a coin called Hate, was like pretty viral because it was like the coin that Hayden used to create to test the Uniswap V1 contract. And some people buy it and then trade it really virally in the DAX. So like you will see this kind of like arbitrage opportunity in the blockchain all the time. And what if a guy he wanna have it in his like cell phone, in his Telegram bot, he can just send a request, hey, I want to sign this signature when this condition happen. Let's say, for example, somebody burn their token massively for certain token smart contract. I want to buy some because like token value goes up. But because I already signed this like order, I already placed this order with my signature, right? I want to make sure it got executed when this condition happened, and also not executed when this condition is not happening. So you will need zkAutomation to do that, because like once you sign a message, everybody can use it to do anything. And without the protection for ZKP, this will be really easy to be manipulated to do something you don't want it to happen to do. And so with the zkAutomation, you can like guarantee this condition 100% sure, and it can be as complicated as you want, as long as you pay for it. And that's like the first use case for retail trader. They will need this function to have multiple participants for the trading, that on-chain trading. And then the second one is like protocol health monitoring. Recently, we have a grant that's complete through with Compound. As we know, Compound is one of the biggest lending protocol on chain. So with the help with zkOracle, now Compound can be able to have like a health monitor about to see what's happening in all the Compound contract through the zkAutomation. So every time you have something wrong, we can stop it through zkAutomation. You can prevent a lot of hacking and a lot of like wrong operation for the smart contract. So I would say like with the zkOracle automation protection, like there will be less project that can be run their project, because like it's like basically enforcing a new layer to enhance the security.
Yes, and mostly I think it was it used most for the like DeFi space.
Yeah, DeFi is like definitely one of the strongest product market fit for zkOracle. And also we see like there's many use cases for zkOracle in DeFi. But besides DeFi, there's still a lot of stuff that can use zkOracle to do. Let's say, for example, if you want you have a Web2 services that want to use crypto, use the data on blockchain, and but you want to use it safely because it's critical, because data on blockchain normally is like a financial information, right? It relates with money, and people will want to hack it all the time. So it would be great if you can use zkOracle to export this kind of like on-chain data to your Web2 website or Web2 business.
Yeah, that's good. So, I know that your team is also working on the machine learning inference. So, because you know AI is going on fire. So, but besides the zkML, you are also working on the OPML. And what's your future roadmap for this? Like, isn't it zkOracle? But why does it relate to OP?
Yeah, and I think, in my opinion, tech is like technology itself is like a method to do a thing. It's not it's not like you must do something with certain method, right? So as long as you can resolve the problem, any method is great. And in here, because we want to put a large AI model into the blockchain, that's why we develop and coin a new technology called OPML. We fully developed the technology, and then we also coined the term for OPML. So basically, we are the first like team in the world that enable Llama 2, ChatGPT, Stable Diffusion happen in the Ethereum layer 1 smart contract. And then this work can drastically change the dynamic inside the dapp ecosystem. And the reason why we like have a different approach to do a different thing, because like the problem we are facing is like a spectrum. Like for, let's say, if you want to do a linear regression in your smart contract, like you can use OPML to or zkML to do it for sure, or you can even just use zkVM to do it. And but the problem is that the efficiency is not optimized through these three different methods. Let's say in this case, zkML actually is outperform the rest because like the circuit size is not that big, it's affordable, and also we can have instant finalization for the result in the smart contract. But when you move the spectrum into like a simpler problem, let's say you want to have like a Black-Scholes model, like a statistic model, like normal distribution computation for a smart contract, then zkVM will be like a more feasible solution for you because like it's like a way cheaper and a way faster solution. You don't need to like have too many optimization to have this like circuit to perform the normal distribution computation. Or also, it will leave many floating point computation. So zkVM even outperform you make your own circuit in this case. So like zkVM can do this kind of statistic computation for your smart contract. And then when you go to like AI problem, you want to use like you want to use like a large model in your smart contract, then we need OPML to do it because like OPML can like do any model with really low cost. The price for it is basically like you need to accept that you need to have at least 2 blocks to finalize the result, which means when you propose the result is not finalized. You have the risk that it's a little risk that it can be a front run or something. And so that's why we need zkOracle in here. So with the help of zkOracle, now all the fraud proof of the OPML no longer need to like do the proposing and challenging thing through 2 blocks. You can basically do the whole thing inside the zkOracle first, and then the zkOracle will compress the fraud proof into one zk proof, and then submit that into a smart contract. So you can also have the benefit that like you are using zkML mechanism, and then the whole result and everything can be finalized in 1 block, and so nobody can like steal your result from a smart contract. So that's why we need zkOracle plus OPML to enable the strongest computation mechanism for the smart contract.
Yeah, and also there's one more thing is that you just mentioned about you are now using the Llama 2 on your solution, right?
Yeah, no, it's not. We use Llama 2 in our solution. It's like we provide the possibility for a smart contract to use Llama 2 in the smart contract.
Oh, yes. And is there any chance to integrate with other large language model?
Of course, as long as they're open source, we can always integrate.
Oh, yes.
For OPML is that you don't need to make the circuit for every model before you support it.
Oh.
You can just use the model and then compress the fraud proof. It's like a universal zk fraud proof that can compress transaction, compress the machine learning model, that you can like aggregate them all in once into the smart contract. So like it's not like you need to make the circuit for different model. Like even the model just change one parameter into remake the whole circuit. It's not about that. It's about like the fraud proof part. It's a universal, and it's the same for every model. As long as like so, right now we are developing a new kind of a product that can cross compile every model in the world, every AI model in the world into a EVM readable bytecode, and this like cross compiler will be like the killer feature for the zkOracle in the coming year, that you can support all the model, and then like so the smart contract basically use any open source AI model.
And is there any like permission like your zkOracle nodes and what's their decentralized plan?
Yeah, we propose a new idea that called like the proof of Oracle work. It's not proof of stake, it's not proof of work, it's proof of Oracle work. So it's the future way that people can run a zkOracle protocol by like just download the zkGraghs NFT and then run it and then take the claim and reward in the on-chain verifier smart contract. And yeah, it need to be visualized to demonstrate it. And but like we have a concrete plan that can fully decentralize every node since the day one when we launched the zkOracle project in the mainnet.
Yeah. So, but still we need some incentive to to operate this network,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's
Okay.
similar with
So,
proof of work, but it's different. Because like proof of work, like is basically you have the transaction and then plus the random number, and then compete with the hash who have the more zero in the hash for the with the random number hash, right? So in the proof of Oracle work, instead of like competing with who have the more zero, now we are competing with who can provide the proof and provide the result faster than another.
yeah, and still the education for developers is very critical for your like business development because all you're providing is for the developers to build some creative the apps in the blockchain space. So are there any education and developer growth strategies for the future?
Yeah, we are going to have some hackathon and stuff, but like I don't really have like a strategy to grow developer community
Oh, okay.
because I think things should happen naturally. Like once someone see the potential of the zkOracle evolution, they would do it and they would be benefit from it. And we just need more time to let people know this new kind of Oracle exists. And a safe, neutral, no bias Oracle is possible. And it's like through the one of the strongest like security assumption, which is like the zkP cryptography. And then once they realize that, they will do it, and then it will just become a new standard for people to do a smart contract.
Okay, so I want to ask a question that confused me a little bit because how do you think the frequently di discussed term called zk coprocessor is Hyper Oracle a kind of coprocessor but with a different name? How do you think of this
Yeah,
question here?
zk-coprocessor is a cool name, but it's just like pretty confusing. Is because coprocessor is supposed to be a hardware term, right? So it's like a term for
Yeah.
hardware, and but zkOracle, HyperOracle is like a programmable zkOracle protocol, right? There's a reason why we call it zkOracle and not zk-coprocessor. By definition, zk-coprocessor should be like enable smart contract for fully on-chain historical data and some computation after that. But HyperOracle do way more and beyond this kind of scope. So zkOracle, we can say that zkOracle is like beyond zk coprocessor. It's like more. It's like zk coprocessor plus more. Because like zkOracle can also do like the internet data fetching with the zkP. And then also can do like a large AI model for the smart contract. And we can do way more with zkOracle than a zk coprocessor.
So moving forward to the last part. So what's your vision for Hyper Oracle? Can you describe some of your expectation for your team?
Yeah, basically like the reason why, and also it's still my motivation to develop Hyper Oracle, because I think in this space we need a open source, neutral, and safe Oracle for all the smart contract to make the crypto space become more legit, you know, like so we can have a less hacking and like a more neutral Oracle data feed for the smart contract. So so people can have more innovation and they don't need to redo all the infrastructure by themselves. Most importantly, it should be open source. And so people can like enhance and contribute on this like open source project, just like how people contribute to Ethereum, contribute to Bitcoin, something like that.
Yeah, thank you. So appreciate what you've done, and I'm really looking forward to the more open sourcing tool stack, and I think there will be more and more developer engaged in uh create some more cool new stuff in your zk Oracle network. And I think it's almost time. And thank you, Kartin. It's a very inspiring discussion with you. And say goodbye to the audience. Bye bye.
Yeah, bye everyone.